So I wanted to show you a book that's all about the old cartoon character Felix the Cat, who was probably the first animation star that took advantage of marketing and merchandising and was designed especially for the screen. So this book was written by John Canemaker. I got this some years ago. If you can look the old Felix the Cat silent cartoons up on the YouTube, and they were done in the teens and 20s. They were animated by a very talented animator named Otto. The producer was a guy named Sullivan. Here we see some of Otto Mesmer's drawings of Felix. And you'll notice that Felix is very organic circles, and some other books that John Canemaker did. This one is from 1991. Whoa. So anyway, this goes through the history of Felix and his origins, how he came to be. So this would be Otto Mesmer sitting here at the table and Sullivan looking over. And they're looking at a comic strip of Felix for the newspaper, I guess. Some Felix dolls there, little toys. And these would be stills from the Felix cartoon. This was the famous Felix walking pose, hands behind his back, deep in thought. Felix cartoons were made in New York, which was the center of the animation business back in the old days. There's a Pat Sullivan comic, which means a Pat Sullivan movie. This is a movie poster. You would see this in the movie theater in the lobby. Felix made it into the newspapers. Get some of the glare off there. So, like I said, look this up on YouTube and take a look at old Felix comics, and you'll see a lot of early cartoons, silent cartoons of Felix, animated by Otto Mesmer, one of the early great talents. Here's some merchandise of Felix. That's a really great book by the great John Canemaker. A lot of good stuff in here. More Felix merchandise. And they brought Felix back a couple of times. At one point, he came back in the late 50s, early 60s. And this is what he looked like for that. And they were made for TV, so lower budget, of course, but really nice simplistic design. Huge eyes, cat ears, circle body, just rubber hose arms. Very simplistic. Notice how the simplistic design leads to simplistic animation. Very easy to see what his expressions are and what he's feeling. And they gave him a magic bag of tricks. And there's some of the co-stars, Rock Bottom and the Professor. Must be Mesmer, who passed away in 1983. He was 91 years old. guess these are some Mesmer drawings that he did, not sure when. But he was a great man. So, like I said, check out Felix on YouTube, and who knows, you might get some inspiration for making your own film by looking at Felix cartoons. Until then, keep drawing.